Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Okay. Uh, First of all, I'm extremely sorry. Here, some interaction of net or maybe some issue is there. But anyhow, it is the way we are manage the stress. Okay. So today sessions I'm delivering on the stress management technique for the teachers. As was my introduction was given by Dr. Naitik. I am working as a professor of the department at Siddhant College of Pharmacy, Pune. So here we'll like to start with some story, right? So here I would like to share one story of one boy. He's a very intelligent. Because of intelligence, study well, he got admission in IIT Madras, and that's why he's again study well, and because of his good in that, he got admissions in MBA at California. After that, after completion of MBA, he got a job. He married a beautiful girl, and he was successfully living in the California. He's buy a very big home, buy a luxurious car. Everything he has as a successful person is required. Everything, everything is there in their life. But at some times he was short dead to himself. He's taken the extreme decisions, and he was suicide. So question is that what went wrong? Why he suicide? Although he has a home, luxurious car, money, everything is there in their hand. So that's why California Institute of Psychology, they studied on this particular case. So they done some research. So what they observed that he is a well settled family person, but 6 months back he lose his job, and that's why he is not able to manage the financial crisis. He is difficult facing, and that's why very poor. And that's why he is taken the decisions of suicide. So here, this decision of the suicide was extreme decisions. Although he is everything is there
Sorry
in
to
life.
interrupt you, sir.
Huh.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but slide is not going to change, sir. It shows only your first slide, sir.
Okay. Can I see now,
Sir, it's showing only
Dr.
your
Naitik?
first slide. It's showing only your first slide, sir.
Okay, wait. Now it come to the second slide.
Yeah. When you come by this slide, then it shows only the blank slide, showing the white background because it's not into the presentation mode. Yeah, it shows the third slide.
Okay, anyhow. So sorry to interrupt. Basically, here too, I am just tell the story of this true incident base. The name of person is nothing but a Karthik Rajaram. Wrote that he had considered killing only himself because of his financial trouble, but decided to take his family with him. Mr. Rajaram, 45 years, shot his wife, three sons, mother-in-law in their bedroom over the weekend. Can you see the home and this photo of this person who was taken this suicide? So why suicide? Because he was not managed. The one word it's called as the stress. Stress may be of anything else. It may be financial, it may be a family, it may be a work, it may be anything else. That come to the part here the stress, and that's why it's taken the extreme reason. If you have higher degree, if you have the parents, if you have the wife, if you have the children, if you have the home, if you have the job, if you have the car, or if you have everything which is success people is required, etc., etc., etc. But if you're not able to manage the stress, then everything is useless. So management of stress is very important. We are taken the example of Karthik Rajaram, CCD owner Siddhas, and many more. So you can see the paper on news and everywhere. Every day we are observing that there is some person who has taken this extreme decision, that is suicide, because of only one thing, that is stress. First of all, I like to thank you, God, for this new day that you give me. Why I am saying that? Because yesterday only I have seen that world coronameter. More than 55 lakh 73,548 people died only because of coronavirus. And we are still here listening the sessions, and I'm delivering the session. That's why I'm thanks to God. So, as some facts, college stress by the numbers here, 20% of the college students say they feel stress most of the time. 10% of the college students had thought of suicide. 34% of college students report feeling depressed at least at one point within the last 90 days. 13% of college students have been diagnosed with the depressions, anxiety, or mental health conditions. 80% of the college students say that some things or often feel the stress. About the half of the survey, college students felt overwhelmed with anxiety at least once within the 12 months. More than 3 in 4 teachers reported frequently job related stress. Can you imagine 75% of teachers in the stress? Perhaps even more alarming, 27% of the teachers reported symptoms of depressions. So here all about the stress. So what I'm going delivering this content of today's presentations is what is the stress, category of the stress, test stress, types of the stress, effect of the stress on body, and coping with the stress. Means nothing but a techniques we can apply to reduce your stress. I request all participants here, somewhere it is required to involvement. Try to involve it to get more benefit from our presentations. So what is stress? One kind one kid asked me, what is stress? I log in rooms with high speed internet connections and 1% mobile battery. That nothing but a stress. So what is stress? Situation that release the emergency signals and stimuli. A physical, chemical, or emotional factor that cause bodily or mental tensions may be the factor in the disease causations. Stress and stress management is very personal and subjective things. It is based your personal experience that has been worked in the past. Much stress comes from the feeling of powerlessness over the situations or thought conflict with others. So there are only two times I feel stress. If you can say when you feel the stress, only the two times I feel the stress. The first time I feel the stress in the day, and second time in the night. Can you imagine? Means every times we people are knowingly, unknowingly in the stress. And that's particularly of stress is there. So what are the categories of stress? Where the stress are we are categorized? There is a main four categories. The first is a category is called as a financial stress. Whatever be it come to the finance, whatever be it come to the finance related, that come to the stress. So here, this stress is related to the money. Some people are in the debt, some people are in loan, or some people who are taken the many problems they are facing related to the money, and that's come to the financial stress. And especially in the private teachers, they are facing more stress because they are not get salary. Then relationships and family stress, this is another one. Husband wife relations, brother sisters, or maybe more family related any problem they are facing, knowing unknowingly they are involving here, that come to the relations and family stress. The third one is the business and work stress. This come to the part of that those people who are involved in the business, some things they spend lot of monies and they are not getting the returns. Some people have the work stress, the many work is going on the workplace, they are every day, and if he is not able to manage the work stress or work, that come to the stress was going to increase, that come to the business and work stress. The fourth is nothing but a health stress. Therefore, stress is nothing but part. Those people are suffering from health related issues. For example, diabetes or maybe BP or maybe any other things which is the continuously problem are facing. So that come to the health stress is there. So these are the four category basically. All stress come into the four category only. So I request to all participants take a pen and paper for stress test. because people's we are here to listening this part. Basically, we don't know the we are in the working in the stress or not. So I request to all participants, simply take a pen and paper. This is the way you can calculate, you can find out the level of your stress. This is only 7 question is there. You just follow the instructions and write it on paper, right? It is a very simple thing. Then you will get the level of your stress. So here 7 question is there. So here
Sir,
the question.
sorry to interrupt you, sir, but slide third is only showing based on true incidents, not the other side is visible, sir.
Okay, wait.
It's showing 25th number of the slide, sir.
Now is showing 25th. Yes,
Yes,
can you
yes,
show my 25th slide? Yes,
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 sir.
it is not 25th only. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the 25th only. Can you see now sleep of 25th?
Uh, it's showing the 25th slide, but not in a full mode, sir. There is no any kind of the issue. If you move the slide from
Can you
25th,
see?
26th,
Can you see now?
yeah,
Can you
it's
read
showing,
now?
sir, 25th number of the slide, but not on a full mode. It's not on the PowerPoint mode. It's showing that some slide on the left side and small bar onto the right side.
Okay. Can you read now? Okay, I'm going to be the full mode. Can you see now? Please. Hello.
No, sir, no, sir.
Can you
If possible, then stop the sharing and try to screen your full screen, sir.
full screen na?
No, no, stop the slide sharing, window sharing, and entire screen.
Okay. I'm going to be entire screen. This is can you see now?
If possible, sir, then make it in a full mode, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's visible, sir. It's perfectly visible.
Oh, thank you. So please read each statement, write a number 0, 1, 2, or 3, which indicate how much the statement applied to you over the past week. So there is no right or wrong answer. Do not spend too much time on any statement. So you don't bother about whatever we come to in your mind. When you read once at a time, it come to that in your mind. You can write it, right? So here rating scale is there. If you have to mention the zero when did not apply to me at all, so at that times you say you point as a zero when it come to the neighbor. If one apply to me some degree or some of the times is called as sometimes, that time you can write a one. If two apply to me consider degree or full part of the times, it may be often, you can write as a two. Three apply to me very much or all the times, it is almost always. So here from 0, 1, 2, 3, that according to the number you can write it. So now I'm going to be question, 7 question is there. So you can go one by one questions, write according to the severity of this number. So the first question is that I found myself agitated. I found myself agitated. If you feel it is never, you can mention the zero. If sometimes is there, you can mention as the one. If often is there, you can mention the two. If it is always, you can mention the number three. So for question number one, you have to be mentioned the 0, 1, 2, 3 according to severity of your conditions. So don't think about too much about while reading. Just whatever it come to the number in your mind, you can write it. I tended to overreact to situations. If the condition is there, if it is nothing, you can mention the zero. If it's always, it's the three. Like you can give the numbers. If I found it hard to win downs, if never is zero, if always is there three. So question number four, I felt that I was using a lot of nervous energy. If it is a zero, if never it is a zero, sometimes once, often two, and three is always. I found it hard to relax. If it is a neighbor zero, likewise you can one, two, three, that you can be mentions about your conditions. So I was intolerant of anything that kept me from getting on with what I was doing. If it is a zero, is zero. If it is never, you can write the zero. If it's sometimes one, maybe two, maybe three, like that. Then I felt I was rather touchy. If it is a zero, then if never, if it is a zero, sometimes once, often two, and the three. So here, this is a seven question is there. I hope all peoples have written the numbers on papers. Question number one, numbers two, three, like that. So you all whatever the number is coming here, you can make it to add all the of your score together. You can make all score together. So whatever the score is coming here, you can write the and you can multiply it with the 2. So whatever the number is there, if it number is there, you can be write it that number. Okay. So I hope that this calculation all of you have to done. So I'm going to be that the scales where you peoples are. So here, use this scores to find the level of the severity of your table. The score from 0 to the 14, if the score is there, you say that your severity level is normal. If the score is from 15 to 18, your severity level is mild. If the score is 19 to 25, your score is in the moderate. If your score is from 26 to 33, you are in the severe conditions. If 34 plus, it's extremely severe. So if those people they come in the severe and extremely severe conditions, required to take a proper actions on this stress management. Right? So you have to take this thing. So this is the level of score is there. With the help of you can know that what is the level of your score is there. So this is the scales with the help of this is the test with the help of we can get the severity of level. Now what about the fact about the stress? Stress is actually a normal part of life. At times it's severe useful purpose. Stress can motivate you to get that promotions at work or run the last miles of the marathon. But if you don't get the handle of your stress with its become long terms, it can be serious interfere with your the job, family, and your health. Now, the next point is the types of the stress. What are the types of the stress? These are the different types of the stress is there. One by one, we are going to know these types. The first is the Dr. Hensele is a type 2 type was given the types of stress, eustress and the distress. Eustress is the positive stress. There it come to that motivate, focus, energy. It is in the short term. It pursues as within the coping ability, feeling excited, improve the performance. Here the eustress that is also called the positive stress. The distress is a negative stress, causes anxiety of concerns, can be a short term or long term, feel unpleasant, decreases performance, can lead to the mental or physical problems. So there is a type of use stress here. Here the example of use stress of this during the wedding time you are in the use stress, and during if when you are going to the funeral of anything, so that comes in the distress is there. So there is some another example of use stress is there. Why one might feel use stress when embark on life milestone usually perceived to be positive. Example might be including the birth of the child, marriage, buying one's first home, moving to a new one or to attend the college, etc., etc. These are the use stress that is called as positive stress. Then another is a negative, that is a negative, that is a distress. Diagnosis of life-threatening or disability illness, the death of loved one, the loss of the job, a serious issue, filing for divorce or separations, being neglected or abused, feeling burnout, especially in the difficult situation that won't end, etc. These are the example of distress. So when it comes to the eustress, you feel happy, content, excited. In the distress, worried, afraid, angry, and tick off. So here, one of the difficult about the stress is that it can work for you and against you, just like a car tire. When the pressures in the tire is right, you can drive smoothly along the roads. If it is too low, you feel all bumps and the control feels sluggish. If it is too high, you bounce over the potholes and easily swing out of the control. So optimum pressure is there in the tire, so you can go with the smoothly. If it is low, if it is high, that can be the problem. So stress is like that. Optimum stress can help to improve your life basically. Another, Dr. Carl Albrecht, was type of the stress that is called the time stress. You experiences time stress when you worry about times. Common example of time stress include the worrying about the deadline or rushing to avoid being late for a meeting. Anticipatory stress. Anticipatory stress describe the stress that you experience concerning the future. Sometimes this stress can be focused on the specific event, such as an upcoming presentation that you're going to give. Situational stress. Your experiences situation stress when you are in the scary situation that you have no control. This could be an emergency. For instance, getting laid off, the making of major mistakes in front of your team as an example of event that can cause situational stress. Then encounter stress. Encounter stress evolve around the people. You experience encounter stress when you worry about the interacting with a certain persons or group of peoples. You may not like them, or you might think that they are unpredictable. Then another based on the compilations of American Psychological Association, that is APA, types of stress. Here, acute stress. For example, if you have recently been involved in an argument, you may have acute stress related to the negative thoughts they are repeating about the argument. Episodic acute states. These involve who frequently suffer. The acute states often live in the life of the chosen crisis. They are always in the rush of full freshers. They take the many responsibility, usually cannot stay organized so many of demands. These individually are perpetually in the grip of the acute stress. Uh, Third is the chronic stress. For example, long-term poverty, repetitive abuse in the forms unemployment, dysfunctional family, poor work environment, substance abuse, or unhappy marriage can cause significant chronic stress. Chronic stress can also set in when individuals feels hopeless, does not see the escape of the cause of the stress, and give the seeking situation. So these are all these the types is there. Now it come to the what are the effects of the stress. So there is a physical signs and symptoms when how you can know that you are in the stress when what are the physical signs and symptoms is there, we are going to know that. The first thing here, increase the heart rate, elevate blood pressure, sweaty palm, fatigue, headache, trembling, nausea, vomiting, sleep disturbance, shallow breathing, dryness of mouth and throats. These are the physical signs and symptoms. Now, emotional signs and symptoms. So, what are the different emotional signs and symptoms? Is there irritability, anxiousness, angry outbursts, nightmare, reduced self-esteem, depressions, over alertness, jealousy, dimension initiative, restlessness. So these are the emotional signs. Then third one is the behavioral signs and symptoms. So on the basis of behavior, you can be the what are the signs and symptoms. Here, increase the smoking, aggravate this behavior, aggressive behavior, increase the alcohol or drug use, carelessness, undereating or overeating, withdrawals, then listlessness, accidental proneness, nervous laughter, and impatience behavior. So these are the behavioral signs interest. So on the basis you can also get the idea about that whether this person or whether we are going to the stress or not. So these are the some signs and symptoms is there. Now this up to the part we know what the theoretical part of the stress is there, but the important thing how we can cope up with the stress, what are the different tactics we are be applying to in the stress. So here one by one we are going to that. So I would like to tell you the one story of the bottle of water. So here, imagine you are holding a glass of water. If you hold it for a minute, it's not a problem. If you hold it for hours, you have to act in your arm. If you hold it for a day, your arms will feel numb and paralyzed. The weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer you hold it, the heavier it becomes. The stress and worries in life are like the glass of water. Think about them for a while and nothing happens. Think about them in a bit longer, they begin to hurt. And they begin to hurt, they think about them all the day long. You feel paralyzed, incapable. As early as possible, you can put the glass down. So here, what story they say in this particular bottle of the water is there? What the problems we hold for the long time? Definitely, it come to the problem. So it required to put down the glass. So don't bother about these things. You put the down of your stress. Important technique to handle here. The first thing, the positive thinkings. We are telling the two situation, one situation where we can do something about the change the outcome. In this case, don't just sit there and worry about it, go ahead and take care of it. You have control. Procrastinations is the root cause for many stressful episodes. Second, situations where you have no control on the outcome. In this case, sitting and worrying will not make the difference in the outcome. So don't worry about it. Let the situation resolve by itself. You cannot do anything about this anyway. So the things, if you can handle the situations, you can do that. If you can't handle the situations, it is not in your control. So leave that. It is a simple way you can do to handle the stress. Then I will like to another story, the story two. So that is black spots. So what the black spots? One day a professor entered in the classroom and asked his student to prepare for a surprise test. They waited anxiously at the desk for the test for a begin. The professor handed the question paper with the text facing down as usual. Once he handled them, he asked his student to turn the page and begin. To everyone's surprise, there were no questions, just a black dot in the center of page. The professor, seeing the expressions on everyone's face, told them the following: I want you to write what you see there. The student, confused, got started on the incalculable task. At the end of the class, the professor took all the answer paper and started reading each one of them aloud in front of all the students. All of these with no expectation describe the black dots, trying to explain its positions in the middle of sheet, etc. After all had to read the room silent, the professor began to explain. I'm not going to grade on you this. I just wanted to give you some things to think about. No one wrote about the white part of the page. Everyone focus on the black dots, and the same happens in our lives. We have white paper to observe and enjoy, but they always focus on the dark spots. One life is gift given by us by God with love and care. We always have the reason of celebrate nature renewing itself every day. Our friends around the jobs provide our livelihood, the miracles we see every day. However, we insist on focusing only on the dark spot. The health issue that bother us, the lack of money, the complicated relationship with the family member, the disappointment with the friends, etc. The dark spots are very small compared to the everything we have lives, but they are in the ones to pollute our mind. Take our eyes away from the black spot in your life. Enjoy each one of your blessings, each moment that life gives you. So here it is very effectively we can see that the black spots, black spot is only very small part in the big paper, but we are looking the black spot only like that. Many problems if it is in the mind, if we have very good things everything in our life, but we are focused on negative things like that. Ki, that happens in against me, that happened nothing allowing with me. If but if can you think that today you are alive, today you got a food, you are of home, your family, everything we have, so these are all positive thing is there. So don't look at the negative thing, just focus on the positive. That helps to develop a good attitudes about the positive lives. So here the next is that exercise. So just begin with the moving around, the powerful way to reduce the stress. It allows our muscle to move, encourage the blood flow, and increase the oxygen throughout your body. Help us feel more like ourselves. Exercise also get and breathing deeper, which trigger the body relaxations and response. So the exercise also the important roles to reduce the stress. Mentally, exercise provides the output of negative emotions such as frustrations, anger, irritability. Their promoting a more positive moods and outlook. The next is nothing but in this yoga. So yoga is very good techniques where if you are doing that yoga, that also give the strength your mind, positive mindsets that also help you to relieve your stress. Now walking also, the walking releases tensions from the major muscle group depend upon the breathing and quiet nervous systems. My glows say it is also get up into the nature which is relaxing. Gardening, why it is work to reduce the stress. Gardening also is a low impact workout, but gardening has a stress busting bonus for putting you in the contact with the earth, which refresh your spirit. Dancing, why it works to reduce the dance stress. Dancing has many physical, mental, or even emotional benefit. It is also great workout to improve your grace and agility as it release your heart rate. The next thing is that drink water. So in addition to exercise, it's important that your body get enough water. Water is a vital in the body, in a body temperature regulations, nerve impulse, conductions of circulation, metabolism, immune systems, eliminate process, sensory awareness, and perceived thinking. So these are the many benefit is there. I'm going to be 2 3 minutes more focus, improved memory, better mood, clear skin, bright eyes, anti-aging, flush toxins, are many things. The benefit is there. So you can drink much more waters. That helps to you to relieve your stress. The next important thing, the diet. What we are taking, the diet, what we are eating. Certain types of foods and drinks are can be increase the anxious stress levels such as fast food, butter, cheese, meat, shellfish, sugar, tea, coffee, and soft drinks. This does not mean that you have to avoid them completely, but you should consume them in moderation. More vitamin C stop cortisols in the tract and thus lower your stress, or lemon juice for a quick boost. So food reduces the stress. Cherries, bananas, lemons, broccoli, cabbage, garlic, asparagus, nuts, apples, salmon. These are these things. They are reducing your stress. So here, broccoli has a folic acid which aids stress reductions. Dark chocolate, by far the most potent endorphins producing the food in earth. Chocolate contains the more than 300 different compounds, including the anandamides, a chemical that mimics marijuana's effect on the brain, and theobromine, a mild stimulant. Look for the important dark chocolate with the cocoa content of 70% or more. Like the little bit of sugars can also increase your the boost your stress. A solomon omega-3 fatty acid also helps to functions more the collaboratively, helping you to deal with the stress more effectively. Whole grains, milk also that, then nut, and tea instead of coffee. A a study by the University College London shows that drinking black tea more 4 times a day for 6 weeks lower the stress hormones cortisols about the stress event. Green tea is a pack and theanine which helps to increase the brain output of relaxations, inducing alpha waves and reducing the output of the tensions making beta waves. So these are the some stress reducing food. The next things is that sleep well. Sleep is a vital part of the life. It reduces the stress. inducing hormones, a good night's sleep is exceeding importance. When you're tired, not well rested, your stress hormone increases. You can easily remedy with the sleeping of 7 to 9 hours per night. Then very important thing, it comes to another was laugh and smiles. Yes, this is the things. If I can say the all participants, can you see your screen and laugh yourself? You can smile yourselves. So definitely can relieve a lot of stress. So this laughing is very important things in our life. So laugh away your stress. On a one more microscopic level, laughter releases the flood of endorphin. Endorphins are naturally occurring feel goods, chemical that have ability not only to relieve stress but also the elevate pains. We also know that laughter decreases the presence of stress hormones, promote the functions, immune cells and antibodies, therefore providing the extra boost in immune system. So they say laughter is the best medicines and not only the good for the body but also the mind, as it can reduce the stress hormones. So whenever you get the chance, try to enjoy blessing of good laughs. So there is no laughter in the medicine, but there is a lot of medicines in the laughter. So laughter is the best for medicine, but if you laugh for no reasons, you need a medicine. The next is nothing but important is the family and friends. Yes, my friend, it is very stress relieving thing that come to the space. Give the quality time to your family. Spend some hours in a day. That can also definitely relieve your stress, can also boost your energy. Spend some times, same after some times, and friends. Friend is also the important things that can helps the art of energy which come from the friend. Basically, you know what the problem is there, if you cannot able to share the family, that friends are also helpful to that. So this is very important thing, that family and friends. Then another important thing, the mentor and role models. So those who are a mentor, they spend the time with the mentors, they are giving a guidance and all these things. So those who are the role models is there, you can talk, you can follow that, this role model, definitely it can relieve your stress. Then another thing is a healing musics. Listening a music does wonder elevated stress. Relieve the music that you feel comfortable. So healing music is very important. That is, you listen very light musics that also relieve your stress. Then reading a books, you can use your free times in a productive way to doing some things to serve your community, or simply relaxing and listening to holy recitations, a lecture of favorite lecturer instead of that favorite lectures, and reading the holy book. So reading a book is also the very important things that helps to relieve your stress. Now another important thing is that plans and manage times and tasks. How to manage, when you start your day, you can make a list of your work. If your list is clear, that can relieve your stress. Otherwise, if in the night you can say you feel that your important work is remaining, other work you have to done. So this is a simple thing, is that those who are urgent and important, you do the first. So those who are not urgent and important, you can do the next. The urgent and not important, you can give the priority third, and those not urgent and not important, that give the fourth. Like that you make a list. So definitely if you plan properly, so your work will going to be easily and smoothly, and you can focus proper work, right? So this is a very important technique. I'm going to find the root cause and kill. Yes, this is very important things, as the most corporate people are work on that. This technique that called as a 5 why technique. Yes, 5 why technique, root cause analysis. So if you are going to the deep level of any problems, you will get the answers. Right? What this thing is there, you ask 5 times the same questions, you will get a five, you will get the answers. So I'm going only the one example here to understand how it works, the 5 why. So I will going to the example. The condition is there, the vehicle will not start. This is our conditions. Our vehicle is there, will not start. So problem is the statement, the vehicle will not start. If you say why vehicle will not start? So I will get the answer, the battery is dead. Then why battery is dead? I will get the answer of alternative is not functioning. Then why alternative was not functioning? The alternator belt has broken. Then why alternator belt has broken? The alternator belt was well beyond its useful service life and not replaced. Then, why 5? The vehicle was not maintained according to the recommended service schedule. So, what is the my problem is that I have not serviced proper times or not maintained. That reason my vehicle is not going to start. So, these are root cause. So, likewise, if you ask yourself to 5 times this any questions, you will get the answers. So, use this 5 take why techniques that give a lot of way to get the answer. Now, the big content with what you have. Most of us are not satisfied with what we have. You might be stressed within not getting the promotions or unsatisfied with your job salary or tense with your children's etc. Remember that there is a people dealing with harder situations than yourself. Some are homeless, jobless, or without children. Can you imagine, sir? Everything looks on the brighter side of lives. This is very important thing. It's very important what you are, whatever the situation you are right on. If you think that you say that is okay, then definitely what the stress is there, it can be relieved. So be content what you have. So if you can't be thankful for what you have, be thankful for what you have escaped. So another important thing is a positive self-talk. Yeah, this is very important things. You always talk a positive self-talk. That give lot of energies, lot of focus in these things. Why I'm just telling you that basically actually 8 days back, actually I'm a COVID positive. I just yesterday I have my isolation period is over. I am not able to give this session today, but I decided I want to give that. I'm just telling to myself from last 4 days, 5 days, I'm able to give my presentation with effective way. So this is my way. I'm taking my positive self talks, and that's give me a lot of strength to deliver the session in front of you. So here there is some negative self talk and positive self talk is there. It's too complicated or I will mess up. Instead of that, you can say I can figure it out, or I overcome the challenge. These are the list what the negative thing is there, what there is. I have never done it before, or I don't know how to do it. Instead of that, it's chance to learn something new. I can, like there's many more thing is there. The way can change a negative talk to the positive talks. You always be the talk with the positive way. So definitely you are very most focused and you can successfully complete or you can achieve anything else. So positive talk is very very important in our life. Then the next is a count to 10. So when close your eyes and slowly count your 10. It is very simple concepts. If I can say that close your eyes and count from 0 to 10, so definitely relieve a lot of stress. It necessary repeat the count of 20 or even higher numbers. Keep counting until you feel you relax subsiding. Sometimes this relief occurs quickly, but the things it might while take a while. Stay calm and patience. Counting you relax you because it will give the something in focus beside your anxiety. It's a great tool to use the crowded or busy space like a store, a train, or where other anxiety. Exercise might be the more challenging to carry out. So whenever you are in the sitting alone, you can count from 0 to the 10. That definitely gives focus to change, and that's why relieve your stress. Then next is the pressure point. So there are number of pressure points throughout the body which associated with the stress relief in the particular. Just as a apply pressures, massage each point, relax your body, repeat the necessary. So here is a Japanese technique. Basically, these are very important techniques, and I'm also using many times. So can you see this particularly one finger? There is a thumb, forefinger, middle finger, right? Ring finger, this small finger. So these all thing is there. Every fingers have their own important, and you can see the center of this belly button is like that, right? Is a happiness stress. So what you will do that just press each and every fingers with another hand. So you if you can do that, this is give the relieve your stress. At the same time, so you can press in this belly button, so that can also relieve your stress. This is only 5 minutes stress that can relieve your. So this is Japanese pressure techniques can relieve your stress. So equal breathing, that is the breathing exercise. This is very interesting and important thing is that what is the equal breathing? And equal breathing is known as the Samvritta Sanskrit. The breathing technique focus on making your inhale or exhale the same length. Making your breath smooth and steady can help bring their balance and equality. So in and out through nose. This is the simple thing is there. You take equally the breath of this and you can relieve it. So this is the way you can relieve your these things. Then the next is the deep breathing. So take a deep breath using your abdomen. Ensure it explains fully. Hold it for 3 seconds. Exhale all at once. So it's a good idea to take the sounds or sign audible. It helps to expand all air. As you exhale, you relax your jaws and shoulder. This is the way breathing exercise there. So I request to all the participant. There is a 5-minute breathing exercise there. You please involve it. Just focus your screen and follow the instructions. This is can be the 5 minutes breathing technique is there. So I request to all participants, please follow these things. This is a very simple techniques. Here when you inhale, you can through your nose, and what you exhale it through your mouth. That is the way you can do that. Inhale, then 4 seconds is a hold, and exhale it. So can you see everybody the screens, and just follow the instruction what is coming here. So that 5 minutes breathing exercise really relax and stress free. So inhale, hold, exhale through mouth. Inhale, hold, exhale through mouth. Follow the instructions given in the screen. Follow the instructions given in the screens. Inhale, hold, exhale. So this is a very simple techniques I use that basically that relieve lot of stress. Relieves. So 5 minute meditation technique is there. It's a very simple breathing technique that helps. So next one is the alternative nostril breathing. Alternative nostril breathing known as a Nadi Shodhana Pranayama in Sanskrit. In breathing, practice for relaxation. Alternate nostril breathing has been shown in the enhanced cardiovascular functions and lower the heart rate. Nadi Shodhana is a best practice on the empty stomach. Avoid the practice if you're feeling sick or congested. Keep your breath smooth and ever throughout the practice. Here in the first steps, this is the close right nostrils with thumbs. Breathe in the left nostril in the four counts. Again, close the left nostril with the right rings fingers. Close both nostrils briefly. So open right nostrils, be breathing out and six count like that. See that alternative way you can breathe by your nostril, so that helps to you relieve your stress. It is only 2 minutes that also helps to you relieve your stress. This is the alternate nostril breathing techniques. Now it come to the another. Use your nose. That is an aroma. Aroma is very important roles to relieve your stress. Some example of aroma you have to use to relieve your stress. That is a lemon. These scents promote the concentrations. That is calming and clarifying the property that are helpful which when you are feeling the angry, anxious or run down. The second is the lavender. This essential oil has a calming properties that helps to control emotional stress. Lavender has a soothing effect on the nerves and can relieve the nervous tensions and depression as well as the tritirak and migraine. The next is the jasmine. Jasmine like lavender, jasmine is also as a calmness. But the oil is commonly used as an antidepressant because it's uplifting the capillary of produce, a feeling of confidence, optimism, and revitalizing the energy. The next was the cinnamon. The stimulate the properties. In cinnamon can help the fight mental fatigue and improve the concentration and focus. The next is the peppermint. Try peppermint when brainstorming. The energy booster that say navigate the means promote concentration and stimulate the clear thinking. So here these are the important things. Now next, use code. Today if you are buying anything in the Amazons, Flipkart or anywhere, they say that use these codes and you will get the 50% discount. So my dear all colleague, here I am giving the one codes. If you use it, that your 50% stress is going to here. So what code is there? It's a very simple code. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. What is that code? जो होगा देखा जाएगा. You have to face the problems. Definitely will relieve that. And get 50% discount on your stressful life. Yes, it's very important. So when you feel your stress, you won't use the word जो होगा देखा जाएगा. You have to face the problems. When you are able to face the problem, your 50% problem is gone. So here is the simple techniques, simple code. You can use it to relieve the 50% discount. जो होगा देखा जाएगा. So God will never listen everybody. The God will never give you anything you can't handle. So don't stress. Everything if is handled, that's why they are given to us. That is very simple. Now, Sapta Mangal Hore. This is another another 3 minutes meditation is there. It is simple way. It's a prayer basically. If we do the prayer, here one song is going on that is Sapka Mangal Hore. Means I'm giving a positive vibration to nearby and always thanks. If I'm thanks to nearby peoples, those who are helping to me by default, so here that helps to relieve your stress. So I request to all participants here to just 3 minutes is there. Just go the wording by wording, understanding and involve it. Definitely relieve the stress. So just close your eyes. I'm going to on here. So definitely go through that. That can relieve your stress. So sabka mangal ho rahe. It is so close your eyes and start. Close your eyes.
Sir, volume of prayer is very low.
Now okay. सबका मंगल होए. I hope these tips have inspired you to take initiative to actively reduce stress in your lives. So, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Sir, it was the wonderful session, and we hope that you recover soon, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, if any participants want to interact with the sir, then session is open for the participant. If any participants want to interact and want to know about how to manage the stress, then the session is open to discuss with the speaker. Yes, madam.
Namaskar, sir. This is Arpana
Namaskar.
Hari, and I'm from Jaipur. Sir, it was a very wonderful and amazing session. I really felt that, yes, it was related to present scenario we all need actually. So, real thank you to sir. It was Dr. Narendra, sir. It was really wonderful, and I really loved the ways you told us to manage the stress. There are various ways we all know, but yes,
Yes.
something was different from your end.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Myself, Dr. Hirat Joshi, Nutan Pharmacy College. As far as concerned with this current scenario, you have made a very wonderful talk and interactive session. Just want to ask expectations, how we can minimize our expectation in these areas. The main reason for the stress is the expectations. So how we can minimize and handle or manage these situations.
First of all, Hirak sir, what our expectation is there? Expectation when it come, when we are looking nearby the things. For example, if I have buy the 1 BHK flat, if my rate is a 2 BHK, so my expectation is going to be high. I'm also on 2 BHK. If you have the 2 BHK, you are finding the 3 BHK. If you have the two wheeler, you are going to be the four wheeler, like that. So this is a no dead end of for the expectations. It is up to you where you satisfied. Once you feel that I am satisfied up to that level, that is sufficient. So the way you are going to deal with the any expectations, the way you are going to be satisfied to yourself. So satisfaction, keep the satisfactions. Today I'm happy, I'm alive, this is my first priority, and I'm happy. So like that you can also work on the expectations. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. I
Good
have a
afternoon.
one question.
Yeah.
Our satisfaction completely block our growth.
Yeah.
When we not satisfy or our efforts is continue, then our target. When we satisfy, the achievements low. The current
Yeah, this
scenario.
is actually I got it. Basically, what we if you are doing that, and I'm expected to 100% work is over, but unfortunately, there may be n number of reasons. I'm not able to complete the 100%. So whatever we work you have to done, or whatever you up to the given that you say that I'm satisfied with that level only. First of all, if you are happy with that level, so next day definitely it can improve the level. That's why you can be work on that part. That helps to you a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else? Sir, in the US country, half of the bed is occupied by the psychiatric patient,
Yes.
and not in India. India is nowadays safe with that kinds of the diseases. But in current scenario, the disease going to be increased.
Yeah.
So is the comparison between the other country and Indian country, because we are living with the family and we are not separated, and we live some of the people live with the joint family. So there is any reason with this correlation?
Yes, this is very important thing. The very good correlation between, because we peoples are living with the family, and family are the reliever, stress reliever. As the isolate family, they are facing a lot of problems. But our trade in the India, we are living in the family, and that's why that helps you a lot. Not happen in that way, and we are emotionally involved, and we are celebrating a small things with very effective way, and that is the reasons we are very happy. That is the reason
And
only
sir,
we are happy.
yeah, sir. And we are now going to compete with the foreign country in the psychiatric disease. So can we say that we are separating with our family and we are doing the job and we are living the alone? That's the reason these kinds of the disease are going to be increased.
The one reason is that using a mobile phone, using many things that going to be isolating things. If you are focused, so that problem is there. If you are doing involving in every aspect nearby things, what is going on there, so definitely that helps to you relieve your stress basically.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Any participant? So it was the wonderful session, sir, explained by you. You have
uh,
covered the most of the point.
Dr.
Yes, sir.
Naitik, I
Yes, sir.
just want to tell you one last things. I
Yes, sir.
just want to tell that all participant. Last 10 days, I'm in isolation period. When I'm COVID positive, an isolation period is there. It is very pathetic to manage a single persons. We are not living anywhere. You are completely isolated. It is lot of positiveness is required. What I am doing here, I am using a many things that come to the breathing techniques. That really a lot of helps to me, especially I using the anapana techniques what I learns, which is very effective techniques. It's only 4 5 minutes is there that can also giving me a lot of positive energy, and I'm living in the presence. I always say okay, I'm happy and I'm excited, and I can able to cover. So that helps you a lot. That also effect on the psychology, positive psychology, and I can come up with strong way. So that's why use a breathing techniques, it really work in our life. Thank you.
Sir, you have delivered the wonderful session and what you have delivered that really need in a fast life. And we are very much thankful from our team side that you have given your time, though you have on the isolation period, and it's a difficult task to give the seminar or any plenary session after uh, getting the some stress that I was the COVID positive and what I have to do. And you prepared the lots of thing and you covered the many stories and gives the some good positive example how to relieve the stress. It was the very effective for us, sir. And thank you very much. Govekar sir was my teacher in B pharmacy. He taught us the pharmaceutical analysis very wonderfully, sir.
Thank you.
So now the session is over and there is the 1 hour lunch break. We will meet at 2:30. Yes, madam. Arpana Johri, madam.
Yes, sir, Natik sir, I just want to talk to you regarding the attendance. Actually, in the morning, we are the teachers and we are conducting our classes as well. So we are not having two devices, and if we log in with two devices, second device, then there is a lot of problem. We cannot pay a lot of attention because continuously, non-stop, we are conducting our classes. So though I